Oh my gosh, this is a long video script. So Avengers Doomsday will be releasing at the end of the year, and based on what has been rumored, this is going to be capping off the MCU with Secret Wars along with Doomsday. There is bound to be some casualties coming out of the movie. So today we're going to be looking at why different characters might die or not. Now I put them in a list, but then again this could change. So basically just assume that starting on the list is least likely to die, and going to the end of the list is someone who I think will definitely die. So the only character that I am sure will survive Doomsday is Doctor Doom. Unless if there are multiple variants, which I don't think will make him much of an intimidating threat, he is bound to make it through the movie as the sole Doctor Doom. And sure, this could all be changed, and with them paying Robert Downey Jr. $90 million for this role, I doubt all that's just going to one film. And there is no way they can mess up Doctor Doom for the third time. Right? Next is Doctor Doom's arch nemesis, the Fantastic Four. The whole Fantastic Four I know, but I doubt that they would kill off Marvel's first family. They would keep them around as long as they can. But if they were to kill off the Fantastic Four, I'm gonna rank them so least likely to die is Invisible Woman, because they made probably the best Invisible Woman in all of cinematic history. I really liked her portrayal of the character, but I doubt that they would kill off the mother of Franklin Richards. Same with the father of Franklin Richards, Mr. Fantastic, because the main Fantastic Four member, and I doubt they want to kill off Pedro Pascal's character and lose his star power. The Thing, this might just be me, but the Thing barely got any screen time in Fantastic Four First Steps, so I am assuming that they're going to want to save him for a bit more of an enticing story in the sequel. And Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, because he feels like the one who would sacrifice himself in a fight the most. I love the portrayal of the character. I did believe that he was going to sacrifice himself in Fantastic Four First Steps until Silver Surfer came in, so who knows. Probably another character that will be coming through to the next saga, Shang-Chi. He was one of the better received MCU characters that came out of the Multiverse saga. He should get a sequel after Secret Wars, and he has not been hyped up or shown enough to the point that they could kill him off and it would be satisfying or shocking. Ghost is next, and the reason why is that in both of her appearances, she was just kind of a forgettable character. I didn't like her much in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I kind of forgot that she was even a part of the Thunderbolts team. She kind of just fades into the background like a ghost, so I doubt she's going to do much in this film, and I wouldn't be surprised if she only got like a couple of lines of dialogue. Next up is Channing Tatum Gambit, and this is a character that I think will be sticking around for a little while after Secret Wars with the new X-Men that they're building. Based on fan reaction of him in Deadpool and Wolverine, and Channing Tatum in being a fan of Gambit, I think this could be something really special that they could do with the character. So I don't think Marvel would be wanting to get rid of him anytime soon. So I don't think they'll be killing him off in Avengers Doomsday. Bob Sentry from Thunderbolts is another character that was well received. I really don't think they would want to kill off Lewis Pullman's character. He was one of my favorite characters, and going into Secret Wars, I think he is my favorite character. And based on the fact that he barely suited up in Thunderbolts, I really hope they don't kill him off, because we need more Sentry, more Bob, and hopefully none of the Void. And besides, Doctor Doom has nothing on Sentry. Namor is confirmed to be in the movie, but it looks like he's just going to be among the Wakandans with his lieutenant in the film. I don't think this movie is going to be doing much with them. I think they should save him for a Black Panther 3 movie where he fights with Shuri, kind of a Civil War 2. So I really don't think they're going to want to kill him off in this movie. I think they're going to want to kill him off as a main villain in a Black Panther movie. Next up is US Agent, and along with that, Red Guardian. For similar basis as Bob, I think they both got a good fan base, and I think them dying would just ruin a lot of their impact as a character. They both do a good job with comedy along with taking this storyline serious, and I think it would be a mistake to get rid of two super soldiers who are absolutely amazing. Thunderbolts being one of the better hits in the recent years for Marvel, I think they're going to want to do a sequel for them, and having Red Guardian and US Agent would be a great thing for both characters to be there. Cyclops is up next, and really it is the fact that I think that he's going to be the main X-Men in the movie, being the main one who's going to fight along the conflict with the rest of the heroes, that they won't be wanting to put a scratch on him. He could sacrifice himself at the end of the film, who knows, but I would put my bets on them them wanting to get him through to the next 2 films and maybe possibly killing him off in Secret Wars. But I really hope they don't do that, because I think James Marsden as Cyclops would be an amazing casting to have that makes it through. And if we get a similar ending to Endgame, seeing him lead the X-Men in his own universe, I think it would be great, and I can't wait to see him on the big screen again. Falcon walking tourist. He is Sam Wilson's sidekick, and he hasn't gotten much development on his own, and the only way I could see him meeting his end in Avengers Doomsday is if it was adding on to Sam Wilson's storyline, but I don't think they're going to do that, because they already did a story like that in Captain America Brave New World. So if they were to kill him off, it would have to be something really big. Otherwise, I feel like he's going to be making it through to the next saga, and besides, I don't know if he would really be a main character in this film. And Sam Wilson is up next. The main fact is that he's the only real leader besides Cyclops that will be in the movie, and Marvel has barely touched the potential that this character could have, and I don't think Marvel would want a headline that Marvel has killed off their Black Cap. And besides, he has had one of my favourite story arcs out of the saga, even though he's only appeared in 2 projects. I think his character development has been really good, but I would like to see it pushed further and see him leading the Avengers in the future. The only way I would see them killing off Sam Wilson is if Anthony Mackie wants out as the character, and if they're doing a reboot, this would be a good time to do it, but I really hope he sticks around. Next is Yelena, and I don't think they're going to want to kill off Ned, considering that she has been the best, well, I say best, well-received character, but really she is one of the better ones. She has been in a lot of projects, and I just really hope that her character makes it through before Thunderbolts 2. Besides Bob, she had the most compelling arc in the movie, and I don't think Florence Pugh is really done with the character yet. Shuri is the character that might have a chance of dying, because I feel that she has lost everything and might want to sacrifice herself to kind of save someone she loves, like M'Baku. But I think they would want to keep her around for the next saga, unless if they want to recast Black Panther in the next saga, or she could be the Black Panther while T'Challa is the King of Wakanda. I think that she is worth keeping around. Mystique coming back is a word I don't think anyone really would think would happen. Now, I don't think she will be noticeable in the movie. She wasn't that noticeable in the original films, besides being Magneto's partner in crime in the movies. If she were to die in this movie, she wouldn't have gotten much screen time. It would have been like right at the beginning of her introduction. It would have been more for shock value than really character development. So I don't think they would really want to kill her off straight away. Now, Namora and Natuma are included in the same spot because really, they didn't do much in their movie. I think you might know them better as Buff and Woman Talakanian? Is that what they're called? I don't even know. Atlanteans? What are they called? I'm pretty sure it's Talakanian. Either way, I'm getting sidetracked. And really, if they were to die, it would be to add stakes to the movie. It would be to boost up this threat and get rid of a couple of just nameless characters that have meaning to Namor in some ways, even though we never really saw it. And I doubt anyone would really be too sad if they died. Steve Rogers is next, and I wonder if Marvel would really kill off. But I mean, technically he didn't die in the MCU. He isn't dead, but I wonder whether this would have to be a closed loop, whether he has to survive to hand over the shield to Sam Wilson, or if the writers just forgot that in the movie. And M'Baku I could see dying or losing his life to protect the people of Wakanda. He is a character who will never really get his own project, so maybe Disney will allow them to kill him off, because it won't bring them any money if he really stays around, and if they have to pay him more for every project he has to appear in, they might just want to get him out now, especially if they want to reboot and bring T'Challa back as the King of Wakanda. But I really hope they don't kill him off, because he has been one of my favorite Wakandans. I think whenever he's on screen, he brings a lot of life to it. I originally thought Bucky would be in the MCU forever, because it seems Sebastian Stan had a love for the character, but with the news that he's going to be joining the Batman Part 2 cast as Two-Face, and it filming at the same time Secret Wars is, it does get you wondering whether he's going to stick around for as long as you thought. I could see him making a sacrifice for his bestie Steve Rogers, and his story getting wrapped up ages ago. It seems like he could go off at any point now. He's not necessary to keep around anymore since his story has been all wrapped up. It would be hard for them to kill off Nightcrawler, not only because his power is the coolest, but because you can't kill off all the X-Men, and if they were killing off any X-Men, I don't think Nightcrawler would be on the top of their list. I think it would be good to remember that going into this movie, they are going to want to be doing a send-off to most legacy characters, whether that is a happy ending or they die. Same with Beast. He has a higher chance because he is probably going to die along with his mentors, but I really hope that Kelsey Grammer stays alive for Beast because he was one of the best castings, and why did they ever think they could top him with Nicholas Hoult? He's much better at Lex Luthor. Loki being confirmed for this movie got me really worried because his story was wrapped up in such a satisfying way, and bringing him back gets me worried. And Loki holding the multiverse together, Doctor Doom might need to take him out to take over his mantle as the person who keeps all the timelines together. I could see them killing him off, but then again, they killed him off in Infinity War. I could see them kill him off here, but it would just feel repetitive. And besides, at the end of all these projects, if they want to put him back in that mantle as the person at the end of time, I wouldn't be that mad with it. That's how my original pitch for the movies ended, with him taking over the mantle, and we get to see a lot of nice little flashes at the universes that we visited. Ant-Man, he has been in the MCU for 10 years now, and based on the fact that his movies are over, his daughter is all grown up, and it looks like he has nothing more to do in the MCU, I just don't think they're going to want to keep him around anymore, considering that Paul Rudd, I think, would be willing to give up the character. I would love to see him stay around, but then again, I would much prefer them to reboot the character as a whole and give it to Hank Pym, a much younger Hank Pym, that is. I just don't think he needs to do anything more, and I think that he'll meet his end in this movie. Magneto and Professor X are basically certain to die in this movie. They are two old men who are not in their prime anymore, and I can see them going in a bang, like if Magneto were to use his powers in an amazingly cool way to go up against Doctor Doom and let the others escape. And you know, Marvel just loves killing off Professor X. I'm kind of running out of unique reasons for each character to die, or whether they should stay alive. Oh, thank God there's one more. Okay, at last we have Thor. He has a 70% chance of dying, I think, in the film. He has come over a lot of his struggles in the movie. I don't think Chris Hemsworth is going to want to do this forever. If they are rebooting, I think it would be much better to go back to Thor's roots as a Shakespearean god. I think it would be much better if they were to kill him off in this movie. But the only reason why it's a 70% chance of dying and not a 90% chance is because he does have a daughter to come home to love. I could see them giving Thor a happy ending and him giving up the superhero life as a whole. One of my longest videos ever made. Okay, thank you guys for watching. As always, if you like this video, subscribe, like, comment if you have anything to add to the conversation. And as always, this is Movie Nerd, signing off.